What's up, people? Thank you for joining the channel. This is the 16th episode of the Khaos list. And I know you guys may be wondering, something looks different. And yes, I am the new host of this show. So thank you, and I'm glad everybody came here. And Danny is in the crowd.
Woo-hoo!
What's up, Danny?
Hey, Danny.
All right, Danny.
What's up? Thank you for coming in. So we're gonna start it off, and I'm just gonna let you people explain or tell the people in the crowd where you guys are located, where they can find you. So, Mike, you go first.
All right. I can be found on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything basically at Mike Shrews. And then I do the Operation Babel podcast once a week with John or Baldman Bad, who's been on a bunch of this stuff with you guys. So,
Yep. Definitely, we know him. Good deal.
Yeah.
Chris Knight, tell the people where you're at, bro.
I am in this location right here, right now, and nobody will find me because I'm stuck in the central part of the United States, and nobody else seems to be here at all. I am Chris Knight, part of the Real Review 3000, part of Chaos Central. You can find me at the Real Review 3000 on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Chris Knight 5150 on Twitter. I have Patreon, patreon.com/TRR3K. Yeah, there's, check out Chaos Central on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube. I don't know, all that stuff. I'm everywhere. I try to get on as many streams as possible. Mike has even been subjected to my craziness. Granted, he's used to John's craziness, so I mean, I don't know. It's mine's a slightly more refined, well-aged craziness. But I'll just say that.
All right, good deal. And Mr. Comic Chat, tell the people where they can find you, my friend.
Hey, bro, you can find me here on Tuesday nights along with Hanzo and Chris. You can also find me on Monday nights on our other show called The Chaotic Conversation, what we just had last night. Saturdays, you can find me again on Square One Sports on there. Saturdays, we've got pretty good topics already to talk about. And last but not least, you can find me twice on Sunday, 3 p.m. Guys here on the other show called The Rule of Three, and also at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me, Terrence, Anzo, and John on Equilibrium.
Excellent. Great deal. And Mr. JJ, tell the people where they can find you, my friend.
Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy JJ. Most of you know me in the chat at SithLord3827. You can find me most of the time over on Mary Mayhem's channel. I'm a mod over there, but sometimes she's nice enough to let me on a stream or two. And also, you can find me over on Han Star's channel every once in a while, and then Chris lets me pop in from here and there. You can also follow me right here on Twitter at SithLord3827. Sometimes I tweet, sometimes I retweet, sometimes I don't. Come check it out. It's a lottery. Appreciate you guys for having me.
Excellent. And thank you all for being here. This is actually my first live stream on my channel and the first episode that I'm hosting on this show. So thank you for all being here. And we're definitely going to get it started. So as you guys know, we talk about 3 topics. I got 3 nice topics that we're all going to discuss, get opinions on, and we'll start it off right now. So the first topic that we have here, and I will share this with you guys. Boom. You guys see that?
Yes, can.
Everything's there?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Yep. So topic number 1, Warner Brothers may bring back Christian Bale. So a new rumor shared by Jeremy Conrad claims that Warner Brothers may bring back Christian Bale as Batman for the new Flash movie if the talks with Michael Keaton fall through. Even though Christian Bale has said many times that he would only return if Christopher Nolan is involved, it is also noted that there are no plans to approach Ben Affleck about a possible return. Now, do you guys want to see Bale as Batman with Nolan involved? Which Batman would you think fits better in the current DCEU, Ben or Bale, and who would you prefer? So whoever wants to start it off can go right ahead.
Well, I'll say this. Keaton, okay, here's the thing. If we're doing a Flashpoint movie, one, I don't see why we have to be talking about Keaton, Bale, or Affleck. I think they should get all three. And I understand the Affleck thing is a whole nother story because a lot of it has to do with him. But there's been some rumor that he might be back for some stuff, just maybe with the whole Zack Snyder cut.
Mhm.
But if they can get him for that and just say, listen, we're going to do this Flashpoint movie and we don't want you for a whole lot. Like, can we get you for 3 days on set to put on the cape and the cowl again? Can we just do that? And then you can go. But we want to have some way to at least kind of write your character, not off, but write your character in a way that we can say, okay, we don't have to have this version of Batman anymore. But if we can kind of tie everything together as the multiverse type idea, it'd be really cool. And even bring in the Twilight guy, Pattinson. Bring Pattinson in. If we could do that, that'd be kind of cool. Because I think that's the whole point of doing Flashpoint is let's tie everything together, much like they did on the CW.
Mhm.
Let's tie everything together. And that way, wherever we go, we have answered the fact that what you're seeing right now may not be from this timeline or from this universe, but it's still a part of it.
Mhm.
And
But
I'd
do you-
like to see that.
But do you think that Christian Bale's Batman with that universe fits into the current universe right now?
I don't think it matters. That's the
Why
whole
not?
point of Flashpoint. I think the whole point of Flashpoint is to say it exists, but it doesn't have to be shown anymore. We've seen that part of the universe happen already in the Nolan stuff. We've seen
Mhm.
Keaton's version in the Burton stuff. And if you bring back Bale, you just use him as a plot device to help the movie. And if you bring back Keaton, you leave it open that you could do a Batman Beyond. Or if you bring back Affleck, you could still do Batman Beyond with him, I think. There's a way to write this, but I'd much rather have Keaton back than Bale. But if Affleck's out, if Keaton's out, Bale would be my choice, yes. So I'd be okay with this. If we're talking about just Bale, if that's the only thing you could get,
Mhm.
would I want it? Sure, because I like his version. Now, how they'd write that into this, I don't know. Because does that trilogy work for this? No. It's completely different. It's more real world than what I think they're going
That's
for.
exactly
Mhm.
what I was
Yeah.
saying, right?
Yeah, but
So-
I mean, but
Christian Bale Batman was more real world, right? And now in this universe, we have elements that were never even thought about in those movies. So to cross them over,
Mhm.
I don't know. Plus, I don't like Bale as Batman anyway, so I'd prefer Keaton or Ben hands down.
man, I loved Bale as Batman, but only because it was the way it was. If he had played the comic book movie like Batman, it would never have worked. But the real world Batman, he was perfect for it.
To me, it's
Right.
kind of like ice cream. The first time you had ice cream, but then you add chocolate sprinkles to it or chocolate syrup. It gets better and better and better until you get eventually to the banana split. To me, Ben Affleck is the banana split. Um, do I like Bale? Yeah, because Bale was much better than the other two Batmen before him. He's much
Bale?
better than George Clooney. Yeah,
Okay. I thought you were talking about better than Ben or Keaton.
no. I'm saying Bale was better than the two Batman that played before him, Christian Bale and Val Kilmer.
Okay.
So when we saw Bale, it was a fresher breath there because he actually played the part. But and when we first saw Ben Affleck, we was like, "Oh my God, I don't think he's gonna cut it." But then, lo and behold, so some of us, Ben was the best one. So I would prefer Ben, but if I couldn't get him, then I would be all right with Bale. But if I got to choose between a Ferrari and a Porsche, and I'm a Porsche collector, I'm going to choose the Porsche every time.
And who's the Porsche?
Ben.
Yeah, if I'm a Porsche collector and I got to choose between a Ferrari and a Porsche,
I'm going to choose the Porsche every
Well,
time.
who's the Porsche?
Okay. I'm
Affleck.
just telling you, Ben Affleck is the Porsche.
But he's out of the. But wait. If you're talking like that, here's the deal: Porsche stopped making that model, and you ain't getting it. That's what they're saying.
Well,
They always
Right.
bring it back. They always bring the old models back for something.
right.
So-
But when you break it down that way, I'm a broke mofo. And, I'll take a Ferrari or a Porsche. I don't care. I like them both.
Let's
you
change
know?
the Porsche to a woman. If you want a redhead and brunette and you ain't had nothing in about 2 years, what you gonna get?
I'm gonna get a redhead.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna get a redhead.
Is that more real world for you?
Danny, I don't care how long it's been. It will always be a redhead. Always.
Yes,
And the trouble, that, guys,
the redhead
whatever you've heard, the trouble's
HIV,
worth it.
what you gonna do then?
Um,
Come here, please. Thank you.
I'm thinking. Just wait.
I'm
How long
just
do I
saying.
have to answer that?
I'm just saying, if I in a real world, perfect world, I want Ben Affleck. If I can't get him, I'll take Christian Bale.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
I think with the Snyder cut coming out finally, they should wait and see what the reaction is to that before they discard Affleck completely. Because Affleck's Batman was the one thing I think everyone was equal
Agreed
on
upon.
with Batman v Superman. Like everyone loved his Batman in that, regardless if you hated the movie or loved the movie. They all loved his scenes in there. So
Right. Because just like with him, Henry Cavill, I loved him as Superman. I thought he
Yeah.
pulled it off so well.
Yep.
Affleck's Batman, Affleck pulled that role off very well. The movie both movies were crap, but he pulled the role off good.
He was the silver lining.
Yeah, he pulled Batman off.
Yeah.
To me,
Well-
don't get me wrong. I'll always pick Keaton first and foremost.
Yeah.
Because that was the first Batman I ever. Chris, hold your horses. Thank you. Keaton was my first. Keaton was first and foremost because that was the first Batman movie I seen that I enjoyed. But when Christian Bale came along and then Ben Affleck, to me, as far as the way Batman I thought it should have been, Christian Bale and Ben Affleck kind of tied for first on that. So you bring either of them in. I don't care. I think they'd be able to pull it off. Well, bring them both in. Who knows? Depending on what it's going to be like. Bring them all three in. Who knows? Because there was even a version you bring someone else in, like Pattinson. He could pull off Thomas Wayne, because in Flashpoint, Bruce got killed.
Mm-hmm.
So you could do it any way you want to look at it. I think it would work either way. It's just how you going to pull the role off? How are you going to pull the Batman off?
That's the question, right? And how big of a role will it be as well, too? So I again, I'm not a big Christian Bale fan as Batman, but if that's what they're gonna do, and if he only has a small role, I think I can handle it. But the minute he puts on that bat suit and starts to talk, it's gonna lose me. I think horrible.
I honestly think they should hold off with Bale and do like a Red Death character with him. Have him be Red Death.
That would be good.
That'd be pretty cool. Like a second Flash movie down the line or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love how no one has ever said George Clooney though yet. As far as Batman's, we're all talking.
Wait. Ask Danny. Danny might put him in maybe if we could get a 4 in there. He says George Clooney is a better Batman than
Val Kilmer. Hell yeah. I'll say it every day. Twice on Sunday.
Dude, there's not enough.
He's definitely a better Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I didn't care for
I hate Forever.
Okay.
There's nothing about Forever I like.
The thing about you guys were talking about B versus S. Batman versus Superman was not any of the actors or actresses' faults. That was not their fault. They actually did, I think, a phenomenal job for the script and what was done. I think they did a good job, and probably the reason why it was as good as it was was because of the people they had in the parts. But again, kind of the problem, and it got worse. Again, not necessarily Snyder's full fault, but it got worse when it went to the Justice League, because then it became a muddled mess because we had two different viewpoints and stuff like that. But when you're talking Flashpoint, I guess Mike's right. You got to kind of wait for the Snyder cut, one, to see how complete does it look, how well does it come across, how well is it received by not just the people who petitioned for it, but those of us who were like, if it gets made, it gets made. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's where I stood. If it takes everybody and everybody's like, that's how it should have been done, why didn't they let him finish it? Why didn't they follow this script or whatever? If people are like that, then I guess you might have to really look at which Batman fits best, maybe with Ben Affleck's. And of all of the Batman, the best one I think that fits with Affleck is Keaton's. Just because they were both dark, really dark compared to anything else. Bale's movie was dark, but I never thought that he himself was as dark as Affleck's or Keaton's. So I guess, yeah, Mike's right. You got to wait to see where they take this all.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, because if the Snyder cut is a hit, then they can go in that direction, right? They can actually go back and do and stay the course of what they were supposed to do, which I've said many times is that they should have stayed that course anyways, right? Because we all know Marvel has a bunch of movies, but not all of them were good, you know, and DC like 8 movies in. So if they had kept the course, you can definitely tell that they would have had more movies, because we had Wonder Woman, which was good. We had Aquaman, which was good. We had Shazam, which was good. So they could have.
I loved Shazam, and I hope that the second one turns out as good. And then they're talking about, what is it? Oh God,
Black Adam.
Black Adam. Thank you. Talking about tying that in. I mean, I don't think the DC had a bad idea when they did this. They just, and if it was Snyder wanting to do it, I'm not sure. They did the team up way too quick. They did really good with Superman, I think. It may not have been the movie people wanted, because, yes, I agree, it's not Superman. Cavill is a guy that can play Superman like Christopher Reeves did. But they did that. Then they did Wonder Woman. And they should have gone and done Batman. Then they should have done, another Superman.
Man of Steel 2.
And then they could have done Aquaman, and then Shazam, and led up to it. And if you wanted to have the Flash show up in a few little parts here and there in all the movies, not team up, just make sure people know he exists. And the same with Cyborg, because I don't think either one of them, until a team up movie, really would have handled a single movie by themselves very well. And then after about 6 movies or so of showing everybody these different people, then if you had done I wouldn't have called it Batman versus Superman, but okay, do the Batman versus Superman and have Superman die in that I guess that's fine, but I would have done the death of Superman at the end of Man of Steel 2 and have him out of the picture for a couple movies. And then Justice League movie could have been for the same reasons that they did it, where they're going to figure out, how do we get Superman back? We need him, because the other movies would have then established the world's falling apart because Superman isn't here. Yes, these superheroes are able to keep things stable, but Superman was kind of a glue. You could have built a much better picture and a much better story and universe, but they jumped right in.
They should have followed, not exactly mind you, but they should have followed what Marvel did, so to speak.
Well, I've always said DC. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
No, you go.
Okay, I was going to say that DC can follow a formula like Marvel, but they should not try to be Marvel.
No,
DC Comics.
That's what I'm meaning. Look at Marvel's formula. They started with originally
with one of the weakest.
No, they started with the Hulk.
Well,
no,
Iron Man started.
Yeah,
because
Iron Man started it, but they added the Hulk to that universe.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that was the second movie I think was Hulk. I mean,
No, the Hulk.
Yeah.
The Hulk came out before Iron Man. Because
No, it came out after.
No, it
Yeah.
came out after.
Yeah.
Because there's a
the
scene at the
Incredible
end with
Hulk.
Stark.
No.
The Edward Norton Hulk.
Yeah.
The Incredible Hulk came after.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad then. My bad.
The Hulk came before all of it
Mhm.
because that was Universal
And had nothing to do with this universe at
No.
all. So,
and I still like that movie.
are you joking?
Where's the grunts? I knew it. Yes. Yes, actually, I like the Hulk, but we'll get that's another discussion for another day because I know you guys can tear into me all day on that one. That's okay because I'll take it.
That is absolutely horrible.
There's a reason
you for everything, Chris.
Dude, I can piss off any fan base. Just try me.
Yeah,
Rom-coms. Oh God, which one do I like that people absolutely hate? I don't know. Debbie Does Dallas. That's a good rom-com.
Hey, Ego, can we have Chris back?
Yeah, where'd he go, eh?
Hey guys, how you doing?
All right, so everybody said what they had to say on the topic, or
I had one last thing. Bale doing Thor: Love and Thunder.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he's doing that.
So
yeah, he is doing that. But I mean, when is?
I think he'll bring
if
value
they
to
do
that
it-
movie.
You think what?
I think he'll bring value to the movie.
Okay.
agreed.
Yeah, he'll
I'm
bring
not
value
a
to it, but
Guardians fan.
I'm not really excited for it either.
I'm not a guy.
Yeah, I'm not too excited
for
for
the
that.
Guardians fan.
All right,
so
so let's. You're not a Guardians fan, yeah, Danny. We know. So, Guardians 1 was good, but Guardians 2 was kind of iffy.
garbage.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
All right. Hey, Danny.
Yes.
Danny.
Yes, I'm
Before we
here.
get to the next topic, I've been waiting a long time for this, my friend.
Oh, into the Phantom Zone.
Wow.
I really wish that they would make something where when you do that, you could they could make a Phantom Zone where it actually put them in like a glass that just kind of floats in the background somewhere. Okay.
Well, you sent me to the Ultra Fan Zone just now, boy.
Yeah, I'm a rookie, so I didn't know how to do probably. But as long as I got you on back in, we're good. All right, so let's go to topic number 2, guys. And boom, there it is. So topic number 2, Ray Fisher retracts support for Josh Whedon. So the Justice League star Ray Fisher retracted any support he gave Josh Whedon. While the cyborg actor was initially supportive of Josh Whedon coming in to steer the Justice League ship after Zack Snyder was let go, 2.5 years after the movie's release, he has now retracted that support. I'd like to take a moment to forcefully retract every bit of this statement was posted on his Twitter account with a video of him praising Josh Whedon. Was he right for making his true feelings known now that the Snyder Cut is a year away from being released? And Danny, you can start this one off.
I wouldn't do it because it makes him look kind of wishy-washy back and forth. You got to be careful now in this world of social media because you say one thing now and you don't remember it or stick to it or have a plausible or reasonable explanation to go ahead and go to the other side, then they're going to burn you at the stake. And we know Hollywood is already fickle. So if I was going to retract it, I would be very specific on why I did it. I would give out damn bulletins because this, not just because of I'm mad or I didn't get enough screen time because it kind of looks like sour grapes. Because I didn't really care for Cyborg in Justice League. He was all right, but I could have done without him one way or the other. I was mainly focused on the big three. Even in the fight scene when they resurrected Superman, he wasn't really important in that. And to me, that was one of the better scenes in the movie. So I guess If his agent or his conscience, whatever, led him to do that, then good for him. But it may bite him in the butt or make people look at him through a different lens. So just whatever he can live with.
It just goes
Yeah.
to show you how fake some of these guys are, man. You know what I mean? It's like whenever they're doing something like with like a director or something, yeah, he's the best in the world and this and that, and then when time comes, it's like, no, I didn't like him or I didn't want this, and I know you have to be politically correct, but at the same time, if why say anything if that's the case, you
Right.
just end up contradicting yourself. So it's either you say he was the best and you leave it at that and you come on and say, yeah, well, it didn't work out, but now we have this situation going on, but to just go back and now to disrespect the man, I think it's kind of petty.
Yeah. I think one of the best things, like, I hate to say his freaking name, but Harvey Weinstein, when all that crap went down, you had Kevin Smith, who's been working with him for forever. He didn't like just dismantle the guy. He just, he's like, I've been praising him for all these years. I just didn't know any of this was going on. So with this, I mean, it's not like that big, not that big of a thing, but it's like, I don't think it's gonna hurt Joss any fashion at all. And yeah, he has a TV show he's doing with HBO, I think, or Showtime, anyways. So he's not giving two craps about anything people are saying about Justice League anymore.
No, he came in. He was asked to come in to fix or finish a project. Yeah. He came in. He did what he thought he could do, and he changed what he had to change. And he's done this before. Josh has not been a stranger to these fixes. He's been a fixer in Hollywood for years. And while he may not have fixed Justice League, we don't know the mess it was in. So we don't know how bad it may have been before he got a hold of it. And we will never know, because now that Snyder's coming back to do his cut, he's going to fix all those things that may not have been good, or at least try to. Let's put it that way. But Josh has played this Hollywood game for a long time, and he has been a fixer, and he knows people like it, people don't. Here's the problem. Ray Fisher was a minor role in that movie. And
very minor.
Unfortunately, nobody probably cares what he says. So the fact that he's changing his mind now, people are going to be like, well, what the hell does it matter if you're changing your mind? Because we didn't really care what you thought before. Here's the bad thing, though. Why do you have to change your mind now? Is it because you don't want to seem like these Snyder people? You don't want to make them mad, or are you petitioning for your own movie still? What is it that he's trying to get? And the problem with the fandom, and especially the Snyder Cut people, they're going to see right through this. This is a ploy and a play, probably, to. And I don't know if he's going to go out and fully support or say that he's behind the Snyder Cut, but he's trying to distance himself from the Sweden cut. So he's kind of like, if I put myself in the middle here, and as soon as I see which way this goes, I can go back and say, well, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean that I totally hated the Sweden cut. Or if the Snyder Cut goes, see, this is what I thought we were doing. I mean, I think he's just trying to retract himself back to a middle ground right now and wait and see what happens. But we as fans, lots of times we'll see that happen, and we see it and we're like, oh, we call the book BS. And I just think this is BS. This is a play to.
I think the best thing from this, though, is the video he posted of himself saying it, and you just see Jason Momoa he's just like, I'm not saying nothing, man. Yeah, and also, if everyone keeps saying Josh Whedon instead of Joss, I'm gonna smack y'all.
Josh. I say Josh, but it's not without it's no H.
Joss.
I'm Canadian, so you guys know it's different, right?
I know how it's spelled. If I don't say it right, blame the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
as I
I
No,
would.
don't care if you
no
say
excuse for
Jackass
it.
Sweden, because I don't care one way or the other. Can you say
What,
that?
what did you say?
Can we say Jackass Sweden? Or Josh,
Hey,
Jupiter,
now, I mean, he did give
Jupiter
a
Jopper.
coffee.
All I'm gonna
I
say
mean,
is that
somebody said he walked into a shitstorm. If he saw it was a shitstorm, then it's up to him whether he go out and buy some toilet tissue, clean up or not. He didn't buy the toilet tissue. He continued with the shitstorm, so now he got to ride that until it starts escaping people's mind. And I don't think that's going to escape people's mind for a long time,
Well, first off, you
especially
got to
if
be able to
somebody
find
comes back
toilet.
here. Say again?
I said, first off, you got to be able to find toilet paper.
Yeah, well, he didn't find it.
Nah,
you see,
nah.
the thing is, in Snyder's cut, Ray Fisher has a way bigger role. You know what I mean? Like you could see even in the clips, they show him playing football, right? I believe they show how we got into the accident, and none of that was in Whedon's cut.
No, but I think a
I
lot of
agree.
that was said because I think they said that just the amount of work they would have to do to actually bring those parts out. They do the clips that they show when his dad is doing the experiments.
Mm-hmm.
I think they show bits and pieces of those clips, but
Yeah.
and I think
That's something else they should have had the dad have a bigger part. He's an excellent actor.
Well, he
I
was
can't think of
supposed
his
to.
name.
I think
I can guarantee you that all those scenes, because the Snyder cut's going to be like what, 4 hours? So they're going to have.
yeah,
to
they're just doing a
Yeah.
director's cut that he's going to pull in everything he shot. He's going to fix up everything. They're giving him. Listen, don't be surprised if you hear that they're giving him more money than they've already agreed to, because they're going to give him a blank check because they want to either. AT&T is looking at this as one way. Either it's a win for them because they let it happen and it's a hit, or it's a win for them because then they can prove, see, guys, it wasn't what you thought it was. Either way, I don't think AT&T is going to have a loss on this. I mean, yeah, they're going to lose money. They could lose money, but they don't care right now. They're either trying to shut up the Snyder fans, or they're gonna let the Snyder fans make the day, and the money is going to roll in.
And you know what?
They care about losing money.
I don't
They
think
do, but I don't think
they're going to lose money, because there's going to be the people that want to see it to see if it's good, and then there's going to be the people that want to see it to see if it's trash, right? So a lot of people that don't have HBO Max are going to get HBO Max just to watch that. So I don't see it really losing money. It's just a matter of what they do after this. That's the question.
That's
Well,
the only reason I'm getting it. So
Well,
Mm-hmm.
to me, it's just like. Now I hate to throw this into the mix, but it's just like the Rise of Skywalker.
Mhm.
I would love to see what JJ originally had planned out for that movie. You know, without Kennedy stepping in. Even better than that, I wanted to see what Colin Trevorrow had planned out, because
oh yeah,
we've all seen videos and watched read-throughs. Well, I'm assuming we all have of the script he had for it, how he had it laid out. You know, either way, it was better than what we got. But will Disney let it go? No. You know, what we got is what it's like. All right, here's what you got. Deal with it. You know, so either way, the Snyder fans or non-Snyder fans, somebody's going to prevail. You just have to wait and find out.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
going back to Josh and the things he's done. I mean, okay, I'm sorry, I'm from the freaking Midwest. Josh.
I'm from the Midwest too. It's Joss.
Just say, hey, Chris, just say JW.
Josh.
JW.
Yeah, JW was sufficient.
All right, fine. JW. You know, like I was saying, he's fixed a lot of movies. You know, like Speed, I think he did. X-Men. I don't know. Waterworld, I know he helped with things that he was never given credit for. This guy's done it. So this comment right here means, like I said, it means nothing to him. He is the day that he walked out of that cutting room and he finished and wrapped it up and sent it to Warner Brothers to put out there, he forgot about Justice League. I really believe that.
It was just a paycheck.
Yeah. Did he he didn't get credited, did he? Or did he?
I don't believe so.
See, that's what he's used to. He's used to not getting credited. He just is. That's what he is, a Hollywood fixer, is for the best term you can go with it. But Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think this is a. I
I
don't
didn't
know.
realize he did the Winter Soldier. Damn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's done Dark World. He Thor Dark World. He was a part of that.
Was he a part of it, or was he just the producer on it? Like,
No, I think I
He
can't
did the
remember.
post credit scenes on the Winter Soldier. I'm looking at that now.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what he did in
He did the
Alien
original
Resurrection. He was a part of
He did-
Alien Resurrection.
He did the
He did
first
the
Avengers.
rewrite.
Wasn't he a big part of the MCU for a while though?
He's on call
Yeah, he did Thor.
for a lot of people.
He did Thor.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to remember what he did with Thor though.
Ultron, Much Ado About Nothing, The Avengers, Serenity.
Serenity, yes. Firefly.
he did get a writing credit on Justice League.
Okay.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
At least on IMDb. So
Yeah.
Taylor said, okay, so Alan Taylor, the director of Dark World, said Whedon's help, or he said of Whedon's help, Josh JW came in to save our lives a couple times and joked that he was airlifted into London to help with a difficult scene like SWAT or something. Whedon was also involved in additional scenes that added more Loki to the film and helped with an emotional scene with Thor and Jane to help them be much better and lighter on their feet. But that's what he does. People are like, okay, how do we fix this? And I think he did one of the Toy Stories.
Really?
did he?
Titan AE. Yeah, hold on. I'm going through to find which ones. I mean, yeah, there's stuff that people just don't know he helped with. That it's like
I know he did Roseanne and stuff like that. Like he wrote some episodes for that.
Yeah, Toy Story. He not long after his work began on Atlantis: The Lost Empire, Whedon was approached by Pixar in his capacity as script doctor to fix John Lasseter's script for 1999's Toy Story. Whedon already had ties with Disney, so he was the natural choice to get Woody and the gang into shape. Whedon was credited with the screenplay of the film. In Whedon's own recollections of the project, the story was all Lasseter's, with the core concepts of toys coming to life and the conflict that exists within that. But the script that he was sent was in shambles. As Whedon describes it, it was the dream job of a script doctor. A good structure with a script that doesn't work. I was thrilled. So yeah, he basically is credited with the script of Toy Story. That's the thing. He's done so much. He's been brought in. He's on speed dial, I guarantee it. So when he walks away from a project, it doesn't matter to him because his job is only to make it the best it possibly can be with what he's given.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he did that probably.
Yeah, with what he was given, but I mean, I don't know, man. It was a real mess, that movie, right? Yeah, it was a real mess. So we can't really, like, until we see the Snyder cut, then we can really judge how bad. I mean, we know it was bad, but if Snyder cut is good, then we'll know how bad he really messed that up, man.
Well, again, what did WB give him? Did they give him everything? Well, because a lot of the actors have talked that when they were reshooting scenes, they were like, "But we've already done this scene." They look at some of the interviews. They talked about there was a lot of stuff that Snyder did that was not around, and people were wondering, "What about this scene? How does this tie into this scene?" And
well, let's face it, they hire them to do an Avengers movie for them, a Marvel movie. That's what they hire them for.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give them a lot more than that.
All right, guys. So everybody said what they had to say on this subject?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Excellent. So now we'll go on to the third and final topic for the night. And here we go. And oops, that is the wrong one.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Topic three.
Yeah. Oh,
bring it back.
It's coming. Don't worry.
Baby,
Come on, dude. You can do it.
You can blame it all on me.
What do you say, Daddy?
Put yourself in the Phantom Zone.
Put myself in the Phantom
He can. He could. But I don't think
I actually could do it, but I won't. I have fun doing you. Don't make me send you there again, bro.
Don't ever say that again.
I
Please.
definitely will send you there. All right, here we go.
Oh, there it is. Hey.
Topic number 3: The Matrix resumes filming. Now, actors Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss have returned to work on the set of The Matrix 4 in Germany following the coronavirus shutdown. I don't know if I could say coronavirus on YouTube, but
Yeah, you can.
whatever. You can say it now?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. The cast and crew had been in the middle of shooting the long-awaited sci-fi sequel when writer-director Lana Wachowski, and I probably said that wrong, but
Nope.
I don't care. Okay.
No, you did good. You did good.
Good.
I'm good.
When the pandemic forced the production to grind to a halt. The news of the production restart emerges after the date was pushed back from May 2021 to April 2022. Are you happy to hear that the film has started shooting again? And are you excited for the new Matrix movie?
Hell yeah.
Hell no.
Okay, excellent.
Well, I really have no fucking clue because I don't see how they can do it. Halfway through the second movie, I literally was too loud for the audience because I was like, they're not gonna fucking do what they're gonna fucking do, are they? My now ex-wife was like, shh, what do you mean? I said, they're making him Jesus Christ.
Well,
They're
okay,
gonna
go
kill
back in time, bend time, do whatever they do. I want to see more Morbius. I want to see
You're
more
not gonna
Mr.
get that, I don't
Smith.
think. They're talking
I
about it's
wanna
gonna be
see it
younger.
all.
I don't know. I
There-
want to be excited for this movie. Just after the last two, I
don't know what you were watching. I'll give you maybe the last one, but the first two were all
all right.
Oh, the second one was trash too.
The second one was okay. I liked the visuals and stuff, but once they got that third one, man, it was just like, oh, wow.
So I didn't watch the Matrix movies until about like 5 or 6 years ago for the first time. And the first one is good. It's good. It's great. The last two are just the second one's just an action filled whatever. If you love the action junk, go ahead, do it. The third one's just complete ass though.
Phantom
the Phantom Zone button ain't working. What the hell?
Not for the new guests today. That's only for you. Right now, today, it's your Phantom Zone today, bro.
Hey, Danny. Also, Michael Jordan ain't nothing. So.
Oh my God!
Yes. Please, say that again.
Just do it, baby. Just do it.
That's what you want to do, Danny?
Oh,
That's what you wanted to do?
You got it to work.
okay.
That's what you wanted to do?
So again, so Lana, her sister is it Anne? Is that her sister, Lana's sister? Is it Anne Wachowski? Or
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but hold on.
Well, maybe John knows. I don't know. Anyways, if for some reason, because her sister's name has not been brought up in this whole production, the talk or anything, like she's not there. Now, if for some strange reason all the problems that were the second and third films were her sister's ideas, maybe we get a good product. Maybe this is her sister trying to say, I'm going to back it off. I'm going to go to the beginning of everything and show you how we got to where we did in the first movie. And okay, maybe. I mean, I have thought for years ways you could go backwards and try to fix those, but
what kind of turned into a prequel? Kind of
sounds like that's what they're going to do, because I'm hearing they got a couple actors they've got on play to play Morpheus before
a younger Morpheus.
Yes, a younger Morpheus. So what I'm wondering is are they going to go back and try to find him because he's lost his belief or something like that? I don't know. I've also seen that they say some of the productions is basically with Keanu with his long hair and everything. Like it's a whole different look for him. So maybe he's trying to blend into something. I don't know. But there's a lot of things I've read that the concept of this movie, it doesn't make a lot of sense yet. This is kind of a movie I want a lot of leaks from because I want more information.
I haven't heard anything about.
I know,
what they're
no, you
doing
really.
in the
All I
movie.
know is that the picture that came out of the reshoot, the restart of the shoots, it does show Keanu with the long hair, and they're like, oh, they're shooting a scene now. Whether or not that's true, who knows? But I'm kind of interested that he still has his long hair, because that by now, if he was going to shoot this and not have his long hair, I would have thought he would have cut it already. But the problem is this is scheduled to come out right about the same time that John Wick 4 is coming out. With John Wick, he's kind of had to have that hair. So,
and he's got the hair in the Bill and Ted movie.
but Bill and Ted's is shot and in the can and ready.
Yeah,
So,
but still, he's got the long hair. He's not cut it. He's cyberpunk, long hair. It's there.
Yeah,
he can't cut his hair as long as he's doing John Wick. He can't cut his hair. That will take too long to go back.
Okay, so we know that they can digitally do things to hair, so they might do that.
They can do extensions, or
I mean they could do stuff, but
you never know.
I guess a more I don't know, a more John Wick Neo in before all of that.
Like a previous version.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, is there something? So something's going to happen, a glitch in the Matrix that makes it so what happened that killed him and Trinity. Spoiler alert! Sorry if you haven't seen it, don't watch it anyways. I'll just tell you what happens, and you don't have to put yourself through that third movie.
I'm really starting to not like you, Chris.
I know it gets better. Trust me, you'll hate me more.
I'm with Danny on this. I love the Matrix movies.
I like the first one. The second one I thought was going okay, and then that it got to that concept where they basically told you he had to interface with the machine, and then I put it together that with the virus that was Smith, the only thing that he could do is go to the machine city anyways and basically become a part of Smith, which allowed the computer that he was also a part of to wipe out the virus, which means he would be dead. And as soon as I figured that out, halfway through the second movie, I lost all interest, because if you can't keep it kind of, are they going to about it? They told you what they were going to do. But I love the look of it. I'll tell you what, I never watched the Animatrix until like about 6 months ago, and I love that. The concept of all of this works really well, and if they can fix something or bring it back to being relevant with the fourth one, I'll be back on board.
I wish they would. You speaking about the Animatrix? I wish they'd have found a way to implement.
Yeah, why are you showing your title and all that?
Every time I go on the stream with Chris, John, or Terrence, I get a freaking headache with all this damn trigonometry, damn movie shit they be talking about. It ain't that fucking hard to figure a goddamn movie out. We go there for escapism, not trying to find out what the damn
the fact that they told me
what the world is.
I went to the third one just to see if they were doing it, and then they did it. I'm sitting there, why? Why don't you do something? Because I can't escape into something else.
Chris, I don't care what movie it is. It could be My Little Pony. It could be Star Trek 28. Who cares? When you go to the movies, it's meant to escape from the real world for a couple hours. It's entertainment. It's not real life.
A movie that I won't watch. I will say that. I just got done on Monday playing the trilogy, and it was in the background.
This is one thing I don't get it. Okay, I originally started watching YouTube just because I was like, okay, they're talking about this. Let's find out. Okay, they're talking about this. Let's find out. But then I started coming across all these different channels talking about the same exact thing, griping about the same exact thing. I'm like, okay, you guys are starting to sound like penguins walking. Okay, let's just follow this idiot. It's
the Matrix trilogy is
it's
a trilogy overall because of what it does. It does have a beginning. It does have a complete end, and it's fine. It's just they took the second and third movie, and they should have made it more like one movie and had two movies, but then they stretched it out. That third one just
Because they-
takes a long time.
Yeah, because they had to fill a time slot. Yeah, I agree. It was a little long, but still, I enjoyed it. All right, you know, it's just.
I think it's
You're-
cool to enjoy it, but it should also have a good story
Yeah,
written
well-
within it as well that doesn't, sound like shit to so many more people than just like a small little niche of people.
I agree 100% with you, Mike. But here's the thing, and this can go. I'm talking as far back as you can remember movies. Okay, all right. There is no such thing, and ladies and gentlemen everywhere, I repeat, there is no such thing as a perfect movie. There's always script problems. There's always plot holes. There's always stuff that don't make sense.
Mhm.
That
Okay,
ain't true now.
What?
Shawshank Redemption is a perfect movie.
Which one?
Shawshank. Pretty good. You see, okay,
Okay, all right.
I will say this
Okay.
because the thing
you're
is
right.
with like The Last Jedi, I have to make a lot of concessions to make it work, but it worked for me because I made the concessions and I figured it out in my head. And I can do that with The Matrix. I am not by any means saying that The Matrix isn't worth watching the trilogy because it's much better than a lot of other crap out there. It is.
But Chris, who you talking to about Star Wars, man? I agree with you on.
I know,
on
I know
Last-
you do. I'm not saying that. I'm
I agree
saying
with
that
you, but listen, The Last Jedi works, but it does not work as a sequel. Okay, as a standalone movie, okay, it worked. Okay, it did not work.
I don't think any of the three new Star Wars movies that are supposed to be a trilogy are a trilogy. You want to give Matrix that it is a trilogy. It works together. It goes and it moves along from one thing to the next. It does that with no issues. Because
So why don't they just move on then?
what?
Just move on to another series. Like they started no matter how bad it was, Jupiter Ascending. Just give me a sequel to that instead of doing a fourth Matrix. Like,
Well, I'd be
finish
on,
out your stories.
I'm going to jump to my
I'd be
phone,
on-
okay, Alonzo?
Yeah.
I'd be on for a fourth Matrix movie, depending on how the story went. Because
I
to
would
me, at the end of Matrix 3, okay, that was the end. And then you look at the what was her name? The
Trinity?
not Trinity, the
You talking about
the seer,
The Oracle.
the
the
Oracle.
Oracle.
Okay, she said the little girl asked her, "Will we see him again?" She made it sound unsure.
Mhm.
Now, if they wanted to progress from that, then fine. If they want to tell something more of how it really all started, great. You know, bring Neo back, but as a previous version, because you heard the architect say, you know, you're the what, 7th or 8th version. You know,
More than that. But
yeah,
how about
That was a lot
maybe
more.
let's see
if
how
he
that
saw
happens.
the transition from humans being regular humans to how the world was destroyed until how the machines take over? I'd be interested in seeing that.
Kind of like what they showed us briefly in the Animatrix, because in a couple of those episodes is in the beginning.
But once you start doing that, you start getting in the Terminator territory, and then it's just like the same old stuff,
As long as it's well written,
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't care.
I
The
watched.
first after Terminator 2, I checked out. I couldn't tell you anything about the third, fourth, fifth, whatever. I haven't seen the last Terminator yet, so
I've seen them
Salvation
all.
was pretty good. Salvation's pretty good.
Salvation.
I've seen them all, but you know, I agree. You know, they could have been done better. You
Absolutely.
know, but it was entertainment. It got me away from the world. You know, I'm not going to gripe about what they give me because it's how I got out of the world's mess.
there's only a few movies where you can be like, "What the hell?" You know, I'll give you two. I'm a big time Dragon Ball Z fan. When they did Dragon Ball Evolution, I wanted to get on the plane, fly to wherever they're filming at, and whip their ass myself. But I don't know what they did with that.
Oh well,
And-
yeah, I got one.
This last Star Wars movie, I'm like, oh my god! I read the book and thought I was gonna like the movie when after I read the book, and it wasn't. So
So the book wasn't no better.
the book was excellent. I thought
book,
the book was gonna make me like the movie better.
Oh, okay.
but that's because they wrote the book to answer the stuff that they left out of the movie, and that's what Disney's been doing.
That's exactly why they wrote
Yeah.
it.
They write the books after the movie. And it's like that didn't happen for the first 6. The first 6 they released the books like a month or 2 ahead of time.
Well, I would have called it the damn Lucas cut, man, and I'd make another movie after it.
I want the Lucas trilogy. I don't want a Lucas cut of that movie. I want the Lucas trilogy.
I definitely want the Lucas trilogy too.
Just
Right,
told them,
right. You mean the original layout that George had thought out for the sequels.
Right. And you know the thing about it is, right, because Disney owns it, so they can let him do his movie and maybe do little rewrites or little tweaks to make it better, right? But they could have at least done his story, man.
Because he handed it over when he sold Lucasfilm,
Yeah.
and
He
they
handed
decided,
everything over.
no, we're not going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
but see, now if they go back and try and do his version, we don't have Carrie anymore, so kind of fucked either way.
That's true.
Well,
and they wasted every opportunity they had to get the original cast together.
Yeah.
right.
And put them on screen for one 5-minute scene. That's all anybody wanted. They
all
could have had
all 4.
well,
Mm-hmm.
Chewie,
yeah,
all 4.
yeah. But, no, I'm thinking of all 6.
You can have the whole gang there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of C-3PO, R2-D2, Luke,
Lando.
Leia, Han, and Chewie,
Well,
and even Lando. Why not? Why
well,
they could have had
Kenny
Lando
Baker,
in from the beginning?
Kenny Baker passed away long before The Force Awakens came out. Kenny
No.
Baker passed away before Lucas sold the company.
I thought, he might be right. I can't remember. I thought Kenny Baker wasn't able to do The Force Awakens, but I thought he was still alive.
No, hang on.
It doesn't matter.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, but I still think Lando should have been in the first one because Lando was a hero at the end of the Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
So where did he just? It was that whole where did he disappear to? It's like it makes no sense.
They could have had
Done
them
in
all
2016.
of the rebellion. You know what I mean? They could have just had them all leave.
He died in
Oh,
2016.
wait. Yeah, August 13th, 2016. Thank you.
Mm.
As you said it just came up.
They still could have had the character on screen. It doesn't matter.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's more what I mean, 'cause-
Chewie, Han, Leia,
Yeah.
Luke,
Yeah.
even Lando.
A lot of Disney stuff was ego. If you just give somebody $4 billion, you don't want to do it. I can do this myself. That's what they felt like instead of saying, "Look, George,
Well, hold on.
top of $4 billion, will you be a consultant as well?" And the ego got into place.
Well, you see, that's the thing I don't get.
But
Is
see,
everybody's
even if
like,
we
well,
got-
it's their property; they can do what they want. They spent $4 billion. If I spend $4 billion, let's just say I have unlimited amount of money, I buy the Matrix for $400 billion or for $4 billion. I buy the Matrix, which before being stupid, if I bought a series and said I'm going to do something, the first thing I want to do is how can I at least keep the heart and soul of what I'm buying in it? I'm not.
Well, yeah.
Well, for one, you still got the Wachowskis involved in it.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not going to write them out. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, screw off, guys. You're going away. No, I would have done everything. If I were Disney, I would have done everything. Said, listen, part of this $4 billion is we're going to be able to keep you here as a consultant the whole time we're doing this trilogy. Because truthfully, anything else outside of the trilogy, I guess Disney can do whatever they want because there's nothing tying it to the Skywalker saga.
Mm-hmm.
But the Skywalker saga is all George Lucas. He had the first 6 movies written out before the first 3 movies were done.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, they were all little clips and notes and this and that. But that's the thing. It's up here. And everything that comes after is up here. The expanded, expanded universe, and all of that people love wasn't his. He just kind of had people help with it and say, okay, well, this is the way we should go, because it became a muddled mess early on. I mean, one of the best books they had was Splinter of the Mind's Eye, but that is the original concept of what the Force was. It was a gem, and it was just kind of a thing because they didn't really know if they were going to have a sequel. I mean, so they had to rein in the EU, and he sent people to do that, and it all started working together. But the part that you tried to take and make into something else, whatever, was in his mind, and you needed him there to say, okay, guys, no, that's not going to work because that's not how it works. Or, well, what does Han Solo say there? That's not how it works. I mean, that's what George Lucas would have been able to do. No, that's not how this works. The Emperor doesn't just come back because I've made clones in the past. You have to give it a reason why he's back as a clone. You can't just pop him in and say, look, he's back, yay.
No, you're absolutely right. They could have had him as a consultant, you know what I mean? Even if they didn't want to do his story, they could have at least said, listen, this is the way we're going, but we want to stay true to the characters, so can you at least help us out, and so that we can stay true to these characters, you know what I mean?
Well,
But I feel they just felt like, you know what, they spend the money, they could do whatever they want to. I think they figured fans would go regardless of whatever they did, and
that's just Disney as a whole, though, because they're going to screw a bunch of other franchises up as
they've done
moving
it
forward.
This is nothing new. I know people think that Disney's this horrible company. Folks, Walt Disney did this. Walt Disney did this to Cinderella, to Pinocchio, to Snow White. He fluffed it up and made it his own story. The Little Mermaid was not like The Little Mermaid.
I'd like to see Disney actually, like the company as a whole, because just come up with something original for once instead of taking some type of intellectual property from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Just once. It would be freaking nice. But,
well, back to the topic at hand. I apologize, John, for taking it on the Star Wars tangent.
all right.
But
blame me.
But no, I started it, Chris, so you can't take the fall for this one.
Well, I brought up The Last Jedi.
Okay, all right, you can have that one. To me, with a fourth Matrix movie, okay, just like what we were talking about with Lucas, as long as the Wachowski brothers still have input on this, or have, hey, or this Lana, I don't know in what relation to them that she is, you know, if they can go to them and say, all right, such and such this, and they go, no, it wasn't supposed to be this way, and try to keep the ship straight, I'd be interested in seeing. I'm sorry, Danny. I apologize.
Not you.
No, I agree with you 100%.
I'm talking to John.
You know, I'd be interested in a fourth movie, but only if the Wachowski brothers had their input on it to keep it right. Because they're the one. The brothers, the Wachowski brothers, are the ones that did the first three.
Yes, and now the sisters, and the second sister name is Lily. So
Lily,
yeah. So I wasn't a big fan of 2 and 3 of The Matrix. I really wasn't. I loved the first one. 2 and 3 were like, man, to me. 3 was the worst out of them all. I'm not excited, but I will definitely go see it. I have no issues with that. Like, I will go see The Matrix movie.
Well, I'm not excited for anything anymore because, you know, what Hollywood has been giving us as a whole in the past 5-10 years has been slowly but surely becoming more and more crap.
So you're not excited to see Black Widow, and you're not excited to see Wonder Woman?
See, here's the thing. With the entire Phase 4 of Marvel, Black Widow and Doctor Strange are the only two I have any interest whatsoever in seeing. I do want to see Wonder Woman 84. The new Batman movie, I could care less because I'm not a Pattinson fan. Because in my brain, just the guy alone, he just went and traded one bat for another. Because I wasn't a Twilight fan, so
you definitely don't need to be a Twilight fan to be a Pattinson fan, dude. That guy can act his ass off.
Yeah.
So JJ, look up who directed and wrote The Matrix. It was always the sisters. People assumed it was brothers.
Well,
Yeah,
it was the brothers that were in the end credits.
No, they were brothers. They're trans now, so they're still the same people.
Yeah.
They're still the
Oh,
same two
wow.
people. Yeah.
They went through a change.
Yeah,
Both of them?
yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Lana and Lily now, so I don't remember what their first names were before. So
Wasn't it
yeah,
Bill
so
and Bob? or
it's
something
still the same too. So yeah.
Yeah.
What a tangled web we weave.
But, yeah, but if you look it up now, you can't find what their names were. They just say that because in our world we can't admit that they
Dude,
were that.
I got Blu-rays. I can go find out. You know, it's there. Trust me.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So that was the last topic. If you guys have anything else to say.
Oh, hey, what studio's in charge of the Matrix 4 movie? Is it the same?
I
don't even remember
believe it.
what
I
that was.
believe it was the original three was damn it. My brain just shut down.
I just watched them. I can't remember either because the was it Universal?
No.
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 But I want to bring something up that B&B Studio said in the chat. Adapting isn't the same as ruining a franchise, he says, which is totally true. Adapting something isn't the same as, getting a franchise and completely screwing it up. Something that already has a pre-written story, a history, I guess you would say. Full canon with Star Trek or Star Wars. My bad. Sorry, I'm a Trekkie.
Okay.
I believe in both.
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Who was it? Oh God, we're looking it up. If you guys haven't already, I'm trying to think. But the thing is, I think originally they both had signed up for like 6 movies. I think originally.
Warner Brothers,
yeah.
Was it?
Oh yeah, now I remember the green. That because I think they were the first ones that were able to change what their logo looked like, and then after that, a lot of people went and did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it definitely was Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I remember it now. Because I was thinking of something completely different. Where it shows the floating over the movie lot and everything, and it's just I didn't think that was Warner Brothers because I'm used to seeing WB. It's. But now I remember
it does have the WB on it.
Yeah, they did change it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It goes into all the binary and shit.
I would be fine. I mean, I will say that I'm intrigued by the 4th one. Mm-hmm. I hope that it's a good story. That's all I ever want from a movie. I mean, I'm like JJ and Danny. I mean, I just want a good movie and something I can go into the theater and enjoy. So,
Yeah.
Well, it's up to you to go in and enjoy it, Chris, not interpret everything that's on the screen.
Sometimes.
Honestly, with all the movie delays and stuff, especially on production, I feel there's no reason that the next year of movies coming out should not be top notch. They have plenty of time to do rewrites and everything else. They have all the time in the world right now.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
and that's
because with the pandemic, it is giving them that time to make it the best film we get.
Mm-hmm.
You know, saying, "Oh, we got to release it by this date." Well, they've had all the time in the world now to rewrite, reshoot. Not reshoot, but
mm-hmm. do whatever they have to do to fix it.
CG, yeah, they've had all the time in the world to fix this.
And I agree with you too. That's why I think the Snyder Cut's going to be good because he had all this time and he has money to go back and do some reshoots. He also has the information of what everybody disliked of the original, so he can go back and make sure that he fixes all the things that people found wrong with it. So
he said he's never even seen the original, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have watched it either.
Who hasn't watched the original?
Zack Snyder didn't watch it.
He never watched it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
There's a lot of people who don't watch their movies. Did you know George Lucas went to Hawaii and didn't even want to see it? he didn't even want to go to the premiere. He, his wife, and Steven Spielberg went to Hawaii and wrote Indiana Jones, actually, during the premiere time.
Premiere for which movie?
Star Wars.
The Rise of Skywalker?
Right?
No, the first one.
Oh, really?
He thought he was so scared because so many things rode on that. I mean, Steven Spielberg's career rode on that, and a few executives at 20th Century Fox's careers would have rode on that.
Yeah.
And then when he went, I think he eventually went to Japan to watch it, or China, one of the two, I can't remember. And when he went, and after the movie was over, everybody just got up and walked out. And he was like, "What's wrong?" And then a person had to tell him that the highest honor a movie can get is complete silence at the end, is because it's a sign of honor, and that's their applause, is complete silence.
Yeah. Well,
So-
he definitely didn't have much faith in it. He wasn't sure it was going to make money. So when it did, that's why even the studios didn't think it was going to make money. That's why they gave him all his publishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, he made a buck off of the toys because nobody thought that. Well, and even the Kenner, I think, did the toys.
Yes.
Yeah, Kenner. I mean, and I remember bits and pieces about this, and my cousins have all the toys and all that. But they did what they called an empty box campaign because they didn't think that it was going to be as big as it was. And when it hit, they weren't ready for it. So they had to give out boxes and tell people, when we have it, you can come and get it.
Yeah.
So people paid for a box.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
there's actually a really good podcast about the George Lucas Star Wars story. I think it's done by Wondery. It's really good because they do a very like dramatized too, especially when he like makes the deal with Disney and shit like that. It's very sad because they have someone like pretending to be George Lucas and voicing him. It's very sad to hear that like voice just go out. But yeah, they go through all that, like the step by step of like making the first Star Wars movie all the way through until like the current stuff that's out.
Yeah.
Well, also another good documentary, and I'm assuming everybody here has seen it. If not, I suggest it, and that's Empire of Dreams.
Oh yeah,
well, that one. Also, go check out. I think it's like a 15 to 30-minute YouTube documentary called "Star Wars Saved in the Edit."
Oh I've seen that too.
The first version that was shown of Star Wars, everybody hated it. And Steven Spielberg even pulled Lucas aside and looked at him and says, "I hope this isn't what you're going to release." And then his wife, which I don't know if she's actually credited, but his then wife, George Lucas's then wife, and I can't remember, there was another guy who wasn't officially on there because they fired the editor after the first cut. 3 different people worked on it like over a 48-hour period to fix it. I mean, the sheer fact that we even have Star Wars, the sheer fact we have Indiana Jones, because it all rode on 2 things. One, it rode on Steven Spielberg sticking his neck out for George Lucas on the only thing he had that made it that people would listen to him was Jaws. He risked his career on Star Wars, stuck his neck out for George Lucas. George Lucas then, because he made Star Wars and it became a success, we got Close Encounters, we got Indiana Jones, and all that. We got so much just because of the shambled mess that Star Wars was behind the scenes.
All right. Let's get away from Star Wars because I hear that shit all the time from John already. Austin Nader said he knows people who never watch DC movies that trash on them, and I totally get that, dude. Like, I got shit because I cried every time I watched Birds of Prey. It's a story. There's a whole story here. Like, so it's the scene where Black Canary uses her powers for the first time. And it just felt to me like the first time they've ever done a superhero power, like the best cinematically. It's all right, Danny. You're on control today.
Danny. Hold on.
Birds of Prey, really? Come on
Birds
now.
of Prey was okay.
Cry.
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't bad.
You tear up, cry, whatever, man. It's okay. Be a man. We cry too.
No, I didn't cry.
You know what?
I-
I've not seen Shazam. I've not seen Aquaman. I've not seen Birds of Prey.
You ain't missing nothing with Shazam, but you need to go. You need to catch Aquaman. Aquaman's all right.
Aquaman's too long, man. It's just way too long.
Well,
Hey,
I
but
don't mind a long film. I really don't.
The end fight scene makes it worth it.
I enjoy the extended Lord of the Rings cuts. You know, I don't
me
mind a long film.
And don't listen to Danny. Shazam is good too.
Like it, don't you?
Yeah, Shazam's all right. We just watched that the other day again.
See if they
So.
break.
You know, you guys wouldn't be the first to told me, hey, yeah, you need to go and watch these films, but I won't ever watch Birds of Prey. I won't ever watch any version of the Suicide Squad.
Birds of Prey is pretty good
Hey,
too.
JJ, have you seen Brightburn?
Nope.
Isn't that the
Brightburn's
evil
so
Superman
good.
movie?
Yeah.
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 It was me and two other old white women in the movie theater when I watched it. I was like, damn, ain't nobody in here but us. This shit was good.
That's a good.
I liked it.
Yeah, me
I
too.
did too.
That's supposed to be in like his own universe too. Like James Gunn plans on doing some longer, bigger, extended
At
crap.
the end, they had a kind of reference to a crazy woman
Mm-hmm.
and a man, a fish boy or something. So
Yeah.
if I was them, I would team up with the people that make Injustice. I think that's the same people that make Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would team up with them, man, and I would kind of slide or transition that into the Injustice saga. What I would do.
Yeah.
You talking about NetherRealm? NetherRealm.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
I would make Brightburn Injustice.
I don't know if they could do that, right? But that's definitely a universe that I would like to see them explore more. Because
Let's say, for instance, that little boy grew up and the Wonder Woman grew up and they're kind of evil. And then they do the Flashpoint movie and then he jumps over there into that world. And then they see each other. I think they could pull it off. If they write it right.
If I was James Gunn, I wouldn't sell off my rights to that stuff. Again, Warner Brothers isn't going to work with them unless they get the rights to it. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
What do y'all think about the rumor of Ryan Reynolds being the Green Lantern in
just to
the
show up.
possible?
In what?
And Ryan Reynolds supposed to come back as the Green Lantern in the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
that's like a
heard
little.
that.
I think
I've
it's a
heard
cameo.
It would be a cameo.
Yeah.
I don't know how would you do that? I mean,
Very simple. Put him back in the costume or CG it back on him and say, here, film this scene. That's very simple, Chris. Come on.
You're absolutely
I
right.
don't care about seeing him, but I wouldn't mind seeing the Sinestro story because the end scene was the best part of the movie to me. When he put on the yellow ring,
Yeah, but
I want to see a Sinestro call. Huh?
We're not going to see any of
I know we're not. I'm
No.
saying that's what I would pay to see.
Mhm.
Seeing Ryan, if I had the option of seeing Ryan Reynolds back in Green Lantern or seeing a Sinestro with Mark Strong, I'm choosing Sinestro.
They're going to save a lot of that Green Lantern stuff for their TV show.
Yeah.
I say they just need to go back old school. All right, let's do a Justice League, another Justice League film, and bring in the Legion of Doom.
Mhm. We could do that too.
Do y'all want to see a Man of Steel too?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
For sure. And that's the thing.
I'll watch Cavill any day of the week as long as he's Superman.
Yeah, they should have had a Man of Steel 2 already. You know what I mean? A Man of Steel 2 should have been out already, but I know we'll see what happens after the
now before Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, for sure. Hands
Yeah.
down. But you see, Wonder Woman was more made more money and people liked it more than they did Man of Steel 2, you know what I mean?
Oh, come on, guys. What would you rather watch? A man flying around in blue tights or a nice looking woman in a sexy outfit? You know.
what was the question?
Don't worry about it, Chris. You don't count.
No. Let me in on this.
Chris would
Let
have
me in on
probably
this.
picked the guy in the tights anyways.
No.
Listen to you.
I just asked.
Man.
Chris.
Yes.
Ego, can we have Chris back?
I'm listening.
I said, what would you rather want? A man in blue tights flying around or a nice looking woman in a skimpy outfit? You know, which one would you rather watch?
With the skimpy outfit with a woman, of course.
Gal Gadot. I said,
Thank
y'all
you.
let
To me, as Wonder Woman,
she's wearing it.
she's no Linda Carter, but she pulls off Wonder Woman good.
Okay,
She's not Linda Carter.
Dude, hey, Danny, I'm an old man, brother. Just like I'm assuming you are. And every Saturday, I watch.
You Linda Carter or Gail Gadot? Shit, they ain't even close.
Dude, I watch every Sunday.
Wonder Woman series? So did I.
Wonder Woman.
I did too.
I still
on
do.
Me TV. It goes on Me TV.
It also comes
Where
on
I'm
H and I.
Yeah.
Heroes and Icons every Sunday.
Back then she was fine. I'll give you Linda Carter. Back then in the 80s, oh my God.
But also,
Gail
there's
Gadot,
another girl. They need to bring this girl back if they ever decide to do another Wonder Woman TV show. They need to bring this girl into the fold because her name is Jessica Chobot. Okay, you don't know who she is? When she puts the glasses on, she looks like a young Linda Carter.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
That would be the perfect woman to play the role.
Well, let me jump back for a second to what you said, JJ. You said, would you rather see the man fly in tights or a woman in skimpy outfit? And you say the woman in skimpy outfit. All right, so are you telling me you'd rather watch CW's Supergirl over the CW's Flash?
Dude, I would watch Supergirl. Don't get me wrong. I love. All right, now this is where you guys are gonna hate on me real bad. Okay.
That's a tricky question.
I actually love the Arrowverse. Why? Because it's entertainment. That's how I view it as. Not, oh, this sucks. Now, don't get me wrong. You can take Batwoman and throw her right out the damn window. But as far as Supergirl, Arrow, the Legends, Flash, I like those 4 shows. Okay. And hell yeah. And I got upset when they put Supergirl in pants.
You forgot Black Lightning though, bro.
Oh yeah, Black Lightning.
No, I watched the first season. I didn't care for it. I give the whole season.
Well, you must be ain't seen Thunder.
Now
I did
because you're new.
I watched the entire first season. I'm just like, nah, this just ain't for me.
Because you're new, it's the first time on the show, you're not gonna get the Phantom Zone at this very moment. But just know that.
Hey, Hanzo, I'm not saying I hate it. I'm not saying it's crap. I'm just saying it's not for me.
No, I get it. But you should watch season.
Hey, Danny, did we think this really through with Anzo and giving him the platform to put us in places we don't want to be?
No,
the Phantom Zone is powerful, bro.
I know it is. I think it's going to his head.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I've been in the Phantom Zone so long; it's like my second home. So whenever you're ready to put me there,
you live there. And when you come into this universe, it's like it's a special occasion.
Well, I'm still a relatively new face. So, like I said, I'm new to this. So, where do you think I've been all this time?
Okay, you're a cool guy, so you get a pass for the first time. You know what I mean? You get your first pass, but the next time I won't.
So if I come on here again and I'm going to the back next time.
Yeah, you'll catch the Phantom on the next time. And that goes for all of you.
Ooh, listen to him.
You can put Chris right here any day of the week because his ego gets in the way.
Danny, you're lucky I have Michael Jordan after he retired.
Dunking on Isaiah Thomas right now.
I'm gonna tell you guys something. All right, I hate sports with a passion.
Put his ass in the Phantom Zone. Put his ass in the Phantom Zone right now.
Sorry.
Here we go.
No, hold on. Just give me a second. You threw me back there without you only heard part of the statement.
Okay, let's hear the rest of the statement.
Okay, I got any form of sports ball got shoved down my throat as a kid, so I grew up hating it. Just like everybody else, probably growing up. Well, Mike,
you didn't appreciate them.
Mike, I don't think you're old enough to understand it yet. But growing up, most people had one TV.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And I had two brothers. Anything on TV, if it was a game, that's what we watched. It's just like, all right, here you go. Here's some football. Blah. Here's some football. Blah. Here's some basketball. It just got shoved down my throat. I hate it. But after I got older and I started, old enough to drink, I went to bars. I would find myself, I would watch an occasional and actually enjoyed it. I'd watch an occasional football game.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I would only watch when the Bulls were playing.
Okay. And
back when Jordan was playing.
You see, I should put you in the phantom zone for that shit again too. Jordan, I don't like Jordan.
Whether you want to accept it or not, Anzo, this is a true statement. What I'm about to say. Jordan, when he was playing, was must-see TV.
Yes.
You can't say that now for NBA unless you're like a die-hard fan.
Spurs are must-see TV for me.
No, hell no. Not back then when they was winning. But
back in the day, I'm talking about even further back. I'm talking about Larry Bird, Magic Johnson.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Larry was must-see, bro.
But you see, back in the day, for me, must-see TV was the Detroit Pistons, not the Chicago Bulls.
I can imagine because you right there, Adam, and that's your fan. I give you that, but I'm telling you.
Yes, I know.
Every Detroit Pearson game wasn't televised. When Mac was in his heyday, every Chicago Bull game was televised.
Yes.
And I was in Canada here too, right? So we only got like the big games, which was always Michael Jordan.
Oh, because he's so freaking nice, eh?
Kind of like damn Dallas Cowboys. I can't stand them bastards, but every Thanksgiving you're gonna see them.
Yep.
Oh, that pisses me off.
I do got to side a little bit with JJ.
Not a sports fan either.
I got to side. I'm a sports fan. I love playing them. I hate watching the stuff on TV. I just can't get into it.
You don't like pro or you don't like college?
Any. I just don't like watching it on TV. I feel it's a waste of time. I could watch something that's like a story, not a sport. But that's just me.
No, I get it. But I'll just say a basketball game or a football game can be a story, though.
Yeah.
Have you been watching Stargirl, Mike?
Oh, yeah. I'm watching every single week because I listen to you guys talk about it every week.
This episode,
glad you're on for a segment Sunday if you're not doing nothing.
I had my fill of Stargirl.
I'm gonna be out of town.
Smallville.
What's that?
Yeah.
I had my fill of Stargirl when she was on Smallville.
Oh, so you haven't watched it?
That's different.
That's different. Oh man, it's really good.
Check it out, bro.
Yeah,
it's really good, man. It's really.
They've had Stargirl all over the place because she was in Smallville. She has her own show, and she was on Legends once.
Which
I like her the least on this show because she's so headstrong and hard headed. You can't tell her nothing.
Where you watching at? Amazon?
No, CW.
Yeah.
Really?
It's coming on. It already came on tonight.
It's on CW, or you can do it on the DC app.
Yeah.
What about the CW app?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you download it,
I got the CW app on my Xbox.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely check it out. I'm telling you will like it. If you like CW shows, like I'm an Arrowverse fan too, and if you like those shows, you will love Stargirl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, I'll check it out.
All right. So with that, guys, we've been on for almost an hour and 30 minutes. So we're going to close up shop today. And I'm going to let you guys tell everybody where they can find you once again. So we'll start off the opposite way. Danny, tell the people where they can find
you. This is Danny Graham. My channel is Comment Chats on YouTube. I got several shows I do throughout the week. My first show is on Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is called The Chaotic Conversation, where we use rank things. I think last night we ranked the top 5 movies of sci-fi movies of 1990, which is pretty interesting. Tonight, of course, I'm on Anzo's show, Khaos List. You can see me again on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a 2-hour sports show with Anzo and his friend Min Diesel. It's
Got it
called
right?
Square One. Yep. I pulled it out my ass. Then Sunday, I'm on the Rule of Three at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with me, Anzo, and Chris. And then 2 hours later at 5 to 8, a 3-hour show, I have Anzo, John, and also Terrence, where we do Equilibrium, and we talk about the first hour of Stargirl, and then the next 2 hours is whatever the chat throws at us or whatever questions we think are cool to talk about. So if you can't see all of the shows, please catch at least one.
Excellent. And now, first off, you see this here? We're gonna have to deal with this on Sunday, Danny.
Yeah, I don't know what John talking about, boy.
All right, JJ, tell the people where they can find you.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy JJ. Mainly, you can find me over on Mary Mayhem's channel. I'm on over there, and sometimes she's kind enough to let me on a stream or two. And also, you can find me over on Hanstar's channel, which he also does the same. He has 2 bi-weekly streams. Tomorrow night, tomorrow's Wednesday. Tomorrow night at 11 o'clock, it's the Tournament of Champions of Name That Tune. It's going to be Tom from Midnight's Edge After Dark. It's going to be Mandy Summers, Anthony at Dark Gift Comics, and DJ Odyssey. You guys need to come and check that out. It's going to be an interesting show. And also, you can find me on my own channel, which I've been doing a random weekly live stream called Randomness at its Finest. There ain't no telling when. It's just random. That's why it's called that. And then you can also find me right here on Twitter at SithLord3827. You can sometimes I tweet, sometimes I retweet, sometimes I don't. It's a lottery. Come check it out. And thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate the opportunity.
No problem. Thanks for coming, man. And Mike, tell the people where they can find you.
All right. Well, you can find me everywhere at Mike Shrews, wherever the hell this thing is at here. At Mike Shrews. All social media, same name, and even YouTube, same name. And then I do a podcast with John, Operation Babel. Generally is out every Thursday, so just look for that on any audio podcast site and whatever. And again, thank you guys for letting me come on. It's first time on any of these live shows, so it's pretty fun.
Oh, really? It's your first time?
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's my first time doing my own stream. And this is our first show, so it's great to have you guys on. And you guys are definitely welcome to come back, absolutely. And everybody in the chat, you know where to find me, Bigger Ford Entertainment. I won't go through all the shows because I'm on practically everyone with Danny at the same time. So everyone he said, that's where you can find me at. I appreciate everybody for coming and checking out the show. And the panel, it was a great panel. Thank you guys for coming. And like I said, you're always welcome again. And with that, say goodbye because we out. Peace.
Night.
Peace.